all over the world, if they are going to truly live lives of achievement and truly be leaders in a global economy, this is the ultimate place to be. And again, I congratulate you for choosing Webb, and I am so looking forward to meeting your kids. You're also entering Webb in an important moment in time for us, because this is the first year of our centennial strategic plan. We are going to be 100 years old in the year 2022, and that's a big milestone for Webb. Last year, we conducted a community-wide strategic planning exercise, and we had focus groups and panel discussions and all sorts of research being done. We had people visiting all over the world, schools all over the world. We had alumni of all generations participate. And we developed a strategic plan that is truly visionary and which truly will put us on the right course for graduating leaders in a global economy. And we are thrilled with this. One of the things I did last year is I visited with leaders from some of our nation's most competitive universities and colleges. And I asked these leaders individually over the course of the year what they felt were the most essential qualities they were looking for in colleges and universities in the United States. And I told them, I said, I want to be sure the Webb curriculum aligns with higher education, with university preparation. As we begin to develop our vision for our future, we want to be sure we're in line and aligned with where colleges and universities are going. And they were fascinating conversations. I met with people from Columbia University in New York, Harvard University in Boston, Wellesley College in Massachusetts, USC here in Los Angeles, and Stanford up in Palo Alto, California, among many others. And I had some of the most fascinating conversations I've ever had about education. Usually, especially Harvard and Stanford and USC, the conversations, these are very busy presidents, they gave me 30 or 45 minutes. We went on for 2 hours. We kept talking and talking about what's really important in education and what are those higher level skills that students need to lead in a global economy. Things like critical thinking skills, effective problem solving skills, creativity, collaboration. How do you collaborate with people from all over the world? Effective and small group work. Those skills are so essential and so critical to preparing our kids to be the leaders we want them to be. The other thing that struck me about those conversations is how similar they were. When I asked, what do you think are the most important qualities educationally for your institutions, I heard things such as, they must have a strong work ethic. They must be resilient. They must be adaptable. They must have nimble minds. They must have moral courage and be honorable. They must be strong communicators. They must know how to write well and speak well and debate and defend a point of view, but also to listen. And they must be able to collaborate well with others from different backgrounds, different parts of the world, different languages, different religions, because that really is the new world that we're living in. And then finally, they said, we really are looking for kids who are independent thinkers, who aren't just thinking what their parents want them to think, but who have really a sense of who they are and what they stand for. And the second phase of the conversations was about Webb. And I can't tell you how excited these college leaders are about our kids and what they see in our kids, because they see those very qualities. And when I asked them, I had a great discussion with the gentleman from Harvard who's a classmate of mine from high school. I said, how do you select your 1,500 students out of 50,000 applications? I mean, that must be incredibly hard. And he said, you know, what we look for are interesting kids. We look for kids who are not only smart and hardworking and do well academically, but are kids who've done some interesting things with their lives, who've taken advantage of an athletic program, or for Webb, our Alf Museum of Paleontology, or who have done something original. Maybe they've written their own music, or they've done some very meaningful community service activity. And he kept stressing the fact they're looking for interesting students. So what I would say is, this is an optimal place for ensuring that your kids are interesting. We're going to be asking them to do things that they've never done before. And they're going to be a little bit out of their comfort zone, and that's okay. But what we're doing is we're getting them to stretch their minds, explore their interests, try to figure out who they are, really, and how they want to make a meaningful impact in the world. And I think that's the most important thing we do at Webb. Now look, this is a big step for you as parents. I've been there. I went to a boarding school, and our son was actually a boarder here for when he was here. He lived right across the way, but it was like 1,000,000 miles away in a sense. You just have to know that we're going to take good care of your kids. We're going to love your kids. We care for these kids like crazy. And we're going to do everything we can to make sure that their adjustments here are comfortable and smooth. But sometimes there can be some rough patches, and I just want you to encourage you to know that we have advisors, counselors, faculty members who all live on this campus, and then also myself, Mrs. Stockdale. You can always call her, right? And I mean that. We're right across the way here. Anytime you need to reach out, we're there for you. Okay, and I'm going to say the same thing to your kids too. We have every student up here in the month of September for a dinner. And one of the things we make clear is this is their home too. They want to come watch a little television and just relax. That's great. We love that. We come from all parts of the world, and we have different languages. And Leo Marshall was reflecting on this a couple of days ago. It doesn't matter where we're from or our religion or our ethnicity. We have one thing in common, and that is, above and beyond everything else, we love our kids. We love our kids, and we love them too. And I take that very, very seriously. So I hope you've enjoyed just a little time to relax before this very busy day starts. Again, just know that we're always here for you. I'm actually going to be traveling to Korea, Hong Kong, China, and Russia in late October with Mr. Woodward and my wife, Anne. So for those of you who live in those destinations, can't wait to see you there. But in the meantime, just know that your kids are in wonderful hands. This is an unbelievable faculty. It's a caring faculty and staff, and they're going to have the adventure of a lifetime. And I'll just conclude with this. The other element of my job that I love so much is I get to interact with alumni from all different generations, from the year 2012 to the year 1938. And they have one thing in common. They always cite Webb as having changed their life. And they always cite one or two teachers as being some of the most meaningful people in their lives. And so that's our legacy here, and we take that very seriously. So again, welcome. We look forward to the years to come. Thank you. I think, again, just continue to relax.